Hey, it's Beth. Welcome back to Chill English Dose, a space where we learn English naturally through reflections, stories, and real life words. It's late now. The world outside my window has finally gone quiet. Only a few lights left in the building across the street, and the sound of someone locking their bike downstairs. I love this hour. It's the kind that feels like a secret between you and time. There's something about evenings like this, when the air is heavy with calm and the day finally loosens its grip, that makes me realize how much I've been holding on. For a long time, I used to believe peace was something I had to earn, like rest was a reward I could only have once I'd done enough, been enough, become enough. But now, sitting here with the lamp glowing soft and a cup of warm tea in my hand, I'm starting to understand something different. Maybe peace isn't something you reach. Maybe it's something that's been waiting for you all along. This evening didn't start peaceful. I came home tired, the kind of tired that isn't just in your body, but also behind your eyes. You know that feeling? When your brain keeps spinning even after you've turned off the lights? I dropped my bag on the chair and sat on the floor, too drained to even change. The room was quiet, but inside me, everything was loud. Deadlines, things I should have done, conversations I replayed. Then, for no reason at all, I reached for a candle on the table and lit it. Just one small flame. It flickered against the window, reflecting a warm orange on the glass. And somehow, that tiny light made the silence feel softer. So I just sat there. No phone, no music, no plans, and watched it burn. It wasn't dramatic. Nothing profound happened. But somewhere between those quiet seconds, I felt my shoulders drop for the first time that day. My breath slowed. I thought to myself, maybe this is enough. Maybe a quiet evening doesn't have to be productive, or meaningful, or used well. Maybe it just has to be honest. There's a kind of peace that comes not from fixing everything, but from allowing things to be as they are, just for tonight. I used to think I had to wait for the perfect moment to rest, like when this project is over, when I'm less busy, when I finally have everything under control. But peace doesn't wait for us to finish. It comes when we stop chasing it. Sometimes it looks like closing your laptop 5 minutes earlier. Sometimes it looks like letting dishes wait until morning. And sometimes it's as simple as letting yourself exhale, even when the day didn't go the way you hoped. Tonight I realized peace isn't loud. It doesn't knock or announce itself. It arrives quietly, when you finally stop trying so hard. I think we forget that stillness can be a form of strength, that it takes courage to do nothing when everything around you screams for more. And maybe that's what growth really means sometimes. Not reaching higher, but softening deeper. A few words came to mind tonight, while I was sitting here watching the candle melt slowly into itself. Words that have been quietly teaching me how to rest without guilt. The first one is peace. Its simple meaning is freedom from disturbance. But peace isn't the absence of sound or problems. It's the presence of calm in the middle of them. It's being able to say, I'm safe here, even when the world is still noisy. The second is deserve. It means to be worthy of something. I used to struggle with that word, thinking worthiness had to be proven. But what if you deserve peace simply because you exist, because you're human, and that's enough? Then there's quiet. It means making little or no noise. But quiet isn't just about volume, it's about space. The kind that lets your thoughts stretch and your heart slow down. The kind of quiet that doesn't feel empty, it feels safe. And the last one for tonight is evening. It means the end of the day. But I like to think of evening as a bridge between who you were today and who you can be tomorrow. A gentle crossing, not a finish line. Those words felt like small prayers tonight. Not requests, not goals, just reminders that peace doesn't have to be earned and that slowing down is not weakness. Sometimes healing doesn't look like effort. It looks like quiet evenings like this. Unglamorous, ordinary, real. The kind of night where you don't do much, but something inside you loosens. Where you stop performing and just return home to yourself. And maybe that's all self-compassion really is. Remembering that you're allowed to stop trying. You deserve a quiet evening. You deserve to rest without guilt, to close your eyes without apology, to trust that the world will keep spinning, even if you take a break. Because peace isn't a prize. It's a home you can come back to every night if you let yourself. The candle is still burning beside me. The wax has melted halfway down, and the light keeps swaying like it's breathing. I think that's how evenings feel sometimes. A quiet exhale after a long, uneven day. There's peace in the ordinary if you let yourself see it. Peace in brushing your teeth without rushing. Peace in folding the same shirt for the third time. Peace in lying on your bed and feeling the air move around you. It's easy to forget that stillness counts too, that gentleness is also progress. We live in a world that measures worth by motion, by how much you do, how fast you reply, how visible you are. But peace doesn't care about speed. Peace happens in the spaces between all of that. You know, some evenings I still hear that old voice, the one that says, "You haven't done enough today." It arrives when I'm brushing my teeth or scrolling before bed. It tells me to keep going, to prove myself, to stay useful. But lately I've started talking back to it. I say, I did enough. I am enough. And it's okay to stop now. It doesn't silence the voice right away, but it softens it. And that's what self-compassion often looks like. Not loud confidence, but quiet permission. I think one of the hardest things about growing up is learning to separate peace from perfection. We're taught that calm comes after success, that rest is something you earn. But what if calm is the foundation, not the finish line? Because when you build your days from peace, not pressure, everything changes. Work becomes more creative, love becomes more patient, and even mistakes feel like part of the process. Tonight, while I was sitting here, I wrote down a few more words, little reminders that help me come back to myself when my mind feels loud. The first word was compassion. Its basic meaning is kind concern for others. But compassion also means turning that kindness inward, treating yourself as gently as you treat your favorite person. The second word was burnout. It means extreme tiredness caused by stress. But burnout isn't just exhaustion, it's forgetting who you are outside of what you do. And the only way back from it isn't more effort, it's rest, kindness, and truth. Then I wrote ease. It means freedom from difficulty or effort. But ease doesn't mean laziness. It's the feeling of flow, when life stops being a fight. And the last word was deserve again, because I wanted to end where I began. We say it so often, you deserve better, you deserve love, you deserve rest. But do we ever pause long enough to believe it? Maybe the work of peace isn't finding it. Maybe it's believing you're allowed to have it. Sometimes I wonder why we wait for permission to rest. No one ever says it out loud, but we all seem to carry this invisible rulebook that we have to reach a certain level of productivity before we can breathe. But peace doesn't follow those rules. It meets you where you are, in your messy kitchen, in your half-finished thoughts, in your quiet, imperfect evening. And it whispers, you deserve to be here too. If you take one thing from this evening, let it be this. Peace isn't waiting for the end of your to-do list. It's woven into the middle of your life, right here in the moments you stop trying to earn it. The more I slow down, the more I realize how healing isn't about escape. It's about presence, being here with yourself fully, no matter how unfinished the day feels. When you give yourself a quiet evening, you're not wasting time. You're rebuilding trust. You're telling your body it's safe to stop. You're telling your mind it doesn't have to perform. You're telling your heart you're home now. If you could give yourself a quiet evening tonight, what would it look like? Would you light a candle? Turn off your phone? Sit by the window? What small act of peace can you give yourself just because you exist? Take a moment to picture it. Maybe you can start tomorrow, or maybe you can start right now. You don't have to fix everything before you rest. You don't have to wait for the world to calm down before you do. The quiet you're looking for has been waiting for you, at the end of every day, right where you are. So tonight, wherever you are listening from, take a deep breath, let your shoulders drop, and remember, you deserve a quiet evening. And if this moment made you breathe a little slower or think more mindful, you can stay connected here. Subscribe for more calm English stories like this, to listen, learn, and slow down together. Thank you for listening. Take care, and see you in the next episode.